Welcome to Oakwell on the penultimate weekend of the N-Power Championship season. Two sides at opposing end of the tables. Barnsley one off the bottom, Hull City one off the top. The maths is simple for Steve Bruce's side. A win here and they will return to the promised land of the Premier League. Barnsley need to win to stand a chance of staying in the Championship. They're one of three teams currently on 51 points in what is a very congested bottom quarter of the Championship table. On by O'Grady. A bit of space just opens up, and it's a stunning strike in off the underside of the bar for Barnsley to take the lead. It's Jacob Mellis who scores. And Barnsley off to the perfect start. Four minutes gone at Oakwell, and a better strike you won't see this afternoon, coming courtesy of Jacob Mellis. It was Dagnall's flick on, O'Grady helped it on its way, and the angle seemed tight to beat Stockdale, but Mellis had enough power in the shot, and Jacob Mellis gets his 6th goal of the season, and Barnsley take the lead. We're all talking about Hull City going up. Maybe it's Barnsley that will be staying in the Championship. Great goal from Mellis. Free kick played forward by Quinn. Barnsley was sleeping and it's over. Goalkeeper Luke Steele, but there was a defender covering round on the line. Just not quite enough power in the header from Boyd to lift the ball over the goalkeeper with any great force. Just helped it on its way. Good covering from Tom Kennedy. Craney. Nicely done, little dummy, it just ran across Chris Dagnall and he couldn't quite press the accelerator enough to reach the ball as it ran loose. Well taken by David Stockdale. Hull already just allowing a few little gaps to open up at the back. Dagnall beaten in the air by McShane. Brady again. He's back inside around a 2 this time, gets a shot in which is only just wide. Not a bad effort that from Robbie Brady. Just sent a little bit of panic through Luke Steele as it flew towards goal, but he needn't have worried. It was narrowly off target. Boyd just open up for the shot and Steele gets down comfortably to make the save. Four goals in 11 appearances so far for George Boyd since moving from Peterborough. Noble Lazarus with the well-delivered corner. Well, making a little bit of a meal of getting it clear, but there might be a chase on here for Fryer. Goes down under Perkins' challenge. Perkins trying to drag Fryer back to his feet, which has incensed the Hull City striker. Perkins felt Fryer made a meal of that, looking for the foul. And it will be Fryer and Perkins that are spoken to by Chris Foy. Corey Evans pleading the case as well, but I think he might have to leave the scene in a moment while Chris Foy just has a word with the two players involved. I think he's just going to give them a telling off. No cards. Sensible from Chris Foy. Well, it was a pretty nonchalant challenge from Perkins in the back of Fryer, who could have probably stayed on his feet if he'd have wanted. You see the reaction straight away from Perkins, and that's what Fryer took exception to. Being dragged back to his feet by his shirt collars. Noble Lazarus going through. It's the shot in, but he's just off target. That's how dangerous he can be. weaved between 4 defenders away from McShane. Would have been a stunning individual goal had he hit the target, but just wide. Be plenty of pace on this, you can guarantee, as he comes in, and a header came off McShane and loops into the arms of Luke Steele. But it was the pace on the free kick that allowed McShane to get the header in and just helped it on its way. And fortunately there were too many defenders in front. He took a slight deflection which took the sting out of the ball, and gathered by Luke Steele will be Ruben Noble Lazarus to swing over the second corner in quick succession. Away by Simpson. Back in by Kennedy. Dagnall. Did well to keep possession on the edge of the area. Chris Dagnall might come for O'Grady. Gets the shot in! Wonderful strike! And Barnsley double their lead. And now they start to believe that survival is on the cards. Pressure at the start of the second half. David Flitcroft urging concentration from his side now. But Chris O'Grady, the man brought in from neighbours Sheffield Wednesday, has scored another important goal, 5th of the season. And just how important in Barnsley's future could that be? Stockdale beaten for a second time. And Hull City at the moment look as if they have to go to wait until the final weekend of the season to try and secure promotion. Great strike from O'Grady. May have taken a slight deflection off McShane, but it was well out of the reach of David Stockdale. And Barnsley lead by 2-0. Still Hull pressing, but still Barnsley standing firm. Mailer. Nicely done by Al Mohammadi. Room to chip a lovely ball in towards Proschwitz. Couldn't get up high enough to get the downward force on the header, and it goes wide for a goal kick. Mailer. Well, McNulty just did enough to make sure that Mailer couldn't get round, and well, David Mailer wanted a corner. He's not going to get it. He's gone for a goal kick. In fact, he has got a corner. Thought Chris Ford given a goal kick initially there before pointing to the corner flag. So Hull with a chance to make it a nervous final few minutes for Hull City. Swung over by Robbie Brady. Diving header comes in again from McShane, and he's only just too high. Once 2 or 3 occasions McShane has got there first, in between 2 defenders. It's a good effort, just over the top. Can't pick out a black shirt in the centre, given away by Perkins. They're appealing for a penalty, Hull. Tried to stay on his feet, Robbie Brady. Had he gone down, it would have been an interesting decision for Chris Foy. It's a poor ball from Perkins, who almost set in Brady. Craney made the challenge. I'm not too sure there wasn't any contact anyway on Robbie Brady. I think he knew that, hence trying to get the shot in while he was on the ground. Bristol City already down, of course. Good looking ball in towards Proschwitz. Might come to Simpson. Still they can't find a way through, even at the 92nd minute. Back by Mailer. Hit on the chest again by Proschwitz, but well, the shot goes well wide of the target. There goes the full-time whistle. Barnsley can celebrate a famous win. Hull City will have to wait a little longer to book their place in the Premier League. Jacob Mellis with a fine strike in the first half. Chris O'Grady in the second. Barnsley still aren't guaranteed being in the Championship next season, but they've certainly come up with the goods when they needed to against the Hull City side that were very off colour today. They still need one more win. Barnsley need a point, depending on what happens between Sheffield Wednesday and Peterborough, to guarantee their safety. Full-time score at Oakwell. and a game with implications at the top and bottom of the table. It's finished Barnsley 2, Hull City 0.